I thought I should note that this is our 100th media briefing since I declared the state of emergency. I want to first thank all the members of the media who have been covering them, asking critical questions, and helping to inform Vermonters.
That was Vermont Governor Phil Scott yesterday, acknowledging the number of times that his administration has gone before state and TV cameras to update Vermonters on the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. As Scott Fleischman shows us, it's been appointment viewing since mid-March.
It usually takes years for a popular TV show to reach 100 episodes. Vermont's COVID-19 response did it in a little more than 9 months. Make no mistake about it, the comparisons to a TV show are there. And it all starts with, what else? A host.
This is a Channel 3 News Special Report. I'm Darren Perrin.
The pilot aired on March 13th from a different set than we're used to today.
Our top priority is to protect our people.
The governor announced a state of emergency, setting the tone for this sad and, on various occasions, dark drama.
It's not a question anymore of if, it's a question of when.
And although we were already familiar with the lead character, we were about to meet his supporting cast, each one adding a different dimension.
Facial covering is here to stay for a while as well.
There's the determined doctor giving his expert advice based solely on science.
To us, that indicates that we're seeing more sustained community transmission.
The Human Services Secretary, or man with the plan.
I would plan to open on June 1st and see if the number remains at 10 or if it's going to be greater than 10.
And the Commissioner of Department of Financial Regulation.
Vermont's actual experience continues to trend better than even our best case forecasts.
Or in other words, the numbers guy.
In just the past 3 weeks,
those early shows in mid-March had audiences on the edges of their respective seats, looking for reassurance as many local businesses were forced to close and people went into lockdown. 80,000 Vermonters filing unemployment claims in April.
Modeling in the Northeast region.
At first 3, now 2 days a week, just after 11 a.m., we tune in to watch as the good doctor announces situations and outbreaks like the one in Winooski over the summer. And the loss of life, which has become more common these days after a relatively safe stretch heading into the fall. The state's death toll, 136 as of New Year's Eve.
And if you're talking, we're not hearing you.
There are lighter moments.
Hi, Governor.
At the start, experienced journalists were unable to figure out how to conference call.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Hello?
But once they did,
How accurate are the PCR tests that we're doing?
there was no holding back.
Could we see an official reduction of the gathering size?
There's no studio audience, just a handful of people, including our reporter Calvin Cutler asking questions and photographer Lance McKenzie bringing you the sights and sounds.
But I appreciate you being here with us today, and we'll turn it over to you to say a few words.
There are guest stars. Dr. Anthony Fauci appeared via video in September.
Thank you very much, Governor Scott. It's a real pleasure to be with you today.
The show's even introduced new words into Vermont's pop culture lexicon.
Spigot, the spigot, and the spigot.
Spigots aren't just for the garden hose anymore. It's now what you turn to open the economy. The governor did that 3 times as our daily case rate dropped to lowest in the nation.
Thursday.
However, in a twist many of us didn't see coming,
We're definitely moving in the wrong direction.
the spigot tightened up again after Halloween, yet to open since.
Multi-household gatherings, both inside and out, whether in public or private spaces, are prohibited.
But just as it appears there's no hope for our heroes, comes the announcement of vaccines and a new uplifting storyline.
This marks the beginning of the end.
As we look back at 100 COVID-19 response press conferences, let's hope that this show has jumped the shark and headed for cancellation. We've been watching this cliffhanger week after week, month after month, hoping that it all works out in the end. Not just for the cast and crew, but for the rest of us too. Working from home, Scott Fleischman, Channel 3 News.